There's a change in Boston's Meals on Wheels program for the elderly. The city recently placed the program totally under a new administrator, a local nonprofit serving the elderly for the past 45 years. To tell us about the program and the change is our guest from Ethos, the Chief Development and Community Relations Officer, Raymond Santos. Thank you very much for being with us, Raymond.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Meals on Wheels has been around for a long time already, but for the fundamentals here, talk about what is it about the people you serve that make this program so important?
Sure. Well, Ethos has been around for about 45 years. We serve the elderly and disabled throughout Southwest Boston, and our mission is to help seniors stay at home for as long as possible without the need for institutional care. So we want to keep folks out of nursing homes. And so typically our Meals on Wheels participants are those who participate in our congregate meal programs. They're either homebound or housebound. They may not have access to the resources that they need to have a hot, nutritious meal. Maybe they have some sort of disability that they're not able to cook their own, provide their own meal, prep their own meal. And so Meals on Wheels is a really critical lifeline for these elders so that they could remain at home and remain independent.
And as far as resources, I mean, I know that's a polite way to put it, but I'm thinking people on fixed income, they can't buy what they used to probably.
Well, you know, it's not just economic reasons for participating in the Meals on Wheels program. Certainly many of our elders are low income and are in fixed incomes and, you know, really require the subsidy from Meals on Wheels. However, you know, Meals on Wheels participants take part in the program for a number of different reasons. Maybe they can't prep their own food. Maybe they can't get to the grocery store. Maybe they have a daughter or son-in-law who has moved far away and can't take them to the store. So there's so many different reasons for needing that extra support.
Now, I do remember a time, a family member outside of your catchment area, of course, getting Meals on Wheels and not really eating much of it. Has anything changed?
Sure. This is definitely not your mother's Meals on Wheels. We do a lot of work to try to tailor our meals to the tastes of our consumers. We want to make sure that we're providing hot, nutritious, quality, and delicious food. We have certain federal guidelines that we have to go by, but for the most part, we're very creative with our vendors and making sure that the quality of the food is much, much better than they used to be.
Now, of course, with other kinds of food delivery, the commercial kind, someone just brings something to your door and then you eat it. But you know, what goes on in a Meals on Wheels visit? Sure.
Well, it's not just a visit. It's also that warm smile and safety check that Meals on Wheels provider can bring. You know, they're the eyes and ears for what is a case manager back at a social service agency or at Ethos. They're being able to tell if there might be something wrong, something different about the consumer. Maybe they don't answer the door, and that's all a red flag for us to go back and help out the consumer. You know, so for some seniors, that Meals on Wheels driver may be the only person that they see that entire day.
Well, I'm also thinking about what happens with that kind of personal contact is whether it leads to other forms of contact, because elders might find out that they can spend some of their time every week with other elderly people. You have all these programs you're running out of Ethos. Does that ever happen?
Absolutely. Meals on Wheels is not just again, it's not just food and a smile and a safety check. It's also a way for us to get information out to consumers about all of the different programs and services. It's an opportunity for them to connect back to their social service agency or to Ethos, learn about new programs, new subsidies, and new things that they might qualify for. These are all intended to help them stay at home for as long as possible as they want.
Now, of course, a lot of people might say, well, if this is a publicly funded program, maybe you have to have some kind of income requirement. What's the eligibility involved?
That's the best part about Meals on Wheels, and it's a little known secret that there is no income requirement for Meals on Wheels. You just need to be 62 and over to participate, have some sort of need, either be housebound or need assistance with grocery shopping or meal preparation, and that's it. You know, and the meals are absolutely free. The government asks us to suggest a donation, but nobody is ever denied services because of an inability to pay.
This is BNN News, and we're talking with Raymond Santos from Ethos. Raymond, what about the changes in this program? Because the city had this process, you know, you had to put in a bid for the contract, city makes some demands, you have some ideas about how to do the job, so what's going to be different?
Sure. The main difference is it won't be actually seen for the consumer. They'll still have usually their same driver, the same program. What's different about it is that Ethos is going to make sure that we oversee the program with high quality, increase the quality of the food. We're able to make sure we collect data in an orderly fashion and make sure we're able to report that accurately to our funder and the Elderly Commission. But it's all about making sure we provide a high quality product and service to our consumers.
Now, when you say data, I know that's a common nonprofit, sure, but why is it important to gather that data and study it? What do you learn from it?
Yeah, well, you know, we track a lot of different trends with consumers, and we're able to track the need for our services by age, by certain demographics, the neighborhood that somebody lives in, and so we're able to pinpoint and be able to tailor our services based on that data that the government, we report to the government.
Well, finally, we should mention to our viewers there's a way to find out more about this, maybe sign up for it. What's the best way to start?
Yeah, the most important thing I can tell somebody is if they're interested in Meals on Wheels or they're interested in supporting the Meals on Wheels program, to visit our website, www.ethocare.org, or visit or call our intake line at 617-292-6211. That's Boston Elder Info. They take all of our calls for us. And even if you don't think you qualify, even if you don't think you might need Meals on Wheels, call anyway and see what other services might be available to you.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Raymond Santos from Ethos.